You better prepare for this winter now. Hey everybody, it's Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. I'm talking about this cold, harsh, dark winter that will probably happen. I'm pretty sure. I'm not counting on the grid being up this winter. So, I've been doing a lot of work on stuff like this. Firewood, yes. And I'll show that later in the video. First, I wanted to show some other stuff. What am I doing to get ready for winter? Because it's vital that we start doing it now. Not wait for later, not procrastinate. We're preppers. We are proactive, not reactive. So, first off, before I forget, please hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, share the videos, comment below, and there's a little heart with a super thanks. It says thanks in it. If you want to help donate to the channel, help us out, I greatly appreciate it. From the bottom of my heart, that'd be greatly appreciated. But don't feel any stress or obligation to. Okay, also, we're talking about a lot of good stuff over on Patreon. Showing a lot of good stuff there. It's $1 a month. Links in the description below. Yeah, hundreds and hundreds of good content there. Lots of videos, all kinds of stuff. So anyway, let's get into the video. What have I been doing to get ready for winter? Well, last winter I found out that because it was pretty cold here, for us, you know, it was down in the teens. And I get it, that's not cold for a lot of you guys. You're like, -30 is cold. Yeah, you're right, it is. But it's still cold for us. I found that my footwear was not really adequate. So I really upped my game this year. So I want to show you some new footwear I got. I already talked about it on Patreon. You know, did review, you know, talked about it and stuff there. But what did I get? I got the Salomon Tundra Pros. These boots. They should be comfortable down to -40 degrees. So that's good to go. That's good to go. And you see how they're shiny here? I took some super glue and I just put it all around the seams here because I want to make sure that they're waterproof. Anyway, it's just something I like to do. So the Salomon Tundra Pros, good boots. So far they're so far so good. They have nice, you know, fuzzy lining. They seem to be really good boots. I love Salomon. I can't say anything bad about Salomon. I love Salomon boots. So tried and true, stick with them. And then I got some oh gosh, they probably don't say what brand they are. That's it, Baffin. Baffin polar, extreme polar duty socks or whatever they are. I got a couple pairs of them. I know, yes, they're $35 each. And that's a lot of money, especially for me. But, so I got a couple pairs because, you know, I need to keep my feet warm. So between those two, I'm sure I'll be good. But anyway, another thing I want to do is I wanted to open up a box here. This is labeled military cold gear. So I wanted to show you some stuff that I'm bringing out to get ready for winter. Some good things to have, especially if you're going to be out and about operating, you know, patrolling, doing security, anything like that. Good pair of gloves. These are the Kryptek gloves in the Highlander pattern. Yeah, the Highlander pattern. These are really good gloves, and they're not too thick. What I like about them is they're, here, I'll put them on and show you. They're not really that thick. They're, you know, they're supple. They're very usable. I've had these for probably 5-6 years now. But they keep your hands amazingly warm for as thin as they are. They're not, you know, I don't like big, huge gloves. I have big, huge gloves also to wear if I'm sitting on like LPOP or a fixed fighting position, or if I'm out sitting in the woods, or if I'm out on a patrol or something like that, to keep my hands warm for those kind of environments. But these work really well. So check them out. They're Kryptek. I don't know what brand, or the brand is Kryptek, but I don't know the exact model of glove. But they're really good gloves. So have some good gloves. Another thing I want to go over here, next thing I grab out of here, Gore-Tex. Good old Woodland Gore-Tex. This is the newer style, with well, newer, when they still used Woodland, with the side pockets. And this is a, I think it's a Marine Corps issue probably back then. But good quality Gore-Tex for keeping yourself dry in adverse conditions. Let me see what else in here. Oh, just some Woodland cami pants, Woodland cami pants. You know, a lot of this stuff just in a box here. Just wanted to show you some stuff that I had in here. Kryptek Highlander pants. Let me see. Oh yeah, Kryptek Highlander short sleeve shirt. I don't know why that's in a winter box, but here we go. Kryptek Highlander long sleeve shirt. I like layering. If you've listened in my videos, I talk about layering, how layering is very important. It's not about just putting on a big coat, Because if you're just, everyday life as it is right now, if you live like suburban, even if you live rural and stuff like that, you could put on a coat, a big heavy coat, keep you warm, yes. And then if you get cold and sweaty, you don't have to worry about living outdoors in it and then freezing at night because of all that sweat is cooling next to your body. And you're doing the heat loss due to convection and conduction. So what you want to do is you want to layer, because you can't just go inside like nowadays. You could just go inside and warm up, okay? But you can't always do that in situations when you're out working. People that work in the outback, like in Alaska and stuff like that, they know about layering. So check out layering. Speaking of layering, this is like a Polar Tech base, or not even a base layer. This is the next layer. Let me see. Just a brown, long sleeve shirt. A lot of this stuff isn't super fancy. Just another t-shirt, another t-shirt. This is just a random box of different things. One thing that's really good is these are like snowboarding pants. Okay, sorry, my memory was full. I had to clear some stuff. I was talking about these pants. These are like snowboarding, skiing pants. They're waterproof, breathable, really good pants. And they are in OD green, which is really good for layering. And when you're out and about doing the things, really good. I like how they're earth tones, of course. And yeah, just get good quality pants like this. I have another pair here I want to show you. This one's a little thicker and a little more insulated. It's also like skiing, snowboarding pants, but they are lined. So they'll help keep you warm in the wintertime. Part of the layering system. Really good to have options like this. If you ever thought about, I don't know if you've ever thought about skiing or snowboarding pants, but they do come in earth tones, like you can see. And here's the brand, Convert. There you go, of the green pants. What brand? Let me see. What's the brand of these pants? Boulder Gear. There you go, Boulder Gear. So you can find them out there. Find things like that. I found both those at thrift stores. Yeah, thrift stores. In almost brand new condition. Here is like a fleece layering system, part of my layering system. Here's another fleece, a little bit heavier than the last one. Lots of layers, right? Important. Here's a shell, earth tones, everything earth tones. I try to get everything earth tones. Here's an even heavier fleece. Yeah, like I said, layering systems. Fleece, heavier fleece. This is all stuff I had for years. A lot of it I got at all those fleeces and stuff I got at thrift stores. Here's another shell, and here is another shell in a civilian version of Woodland Camouflage. I don't even know what brand it is. Free Tech. And it's not like a super waterproof shell, but it is part of a layering system that can be useful. So those are some things I wanted to show you before I get into other projects. What we've been doing, I want to show you some of the project wood and firewood and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. Speaking of getting ready for winter preps, here's more of what we're doing. Grabbing these rounds that we cut up in the spring, and then all the branches from the tree. So we got a bunch of stuff in the truck here to process up. We'll get to processing that pretty shortly, but we got to get down here with the saw and finish up this tree. A lot more firewood in that tree. As well as the stumps or the rounds that are holding it up off the ground. Had a buddy with an excavator help out with that. So yeah, that is what it is. It's part of the preps for winter. For me, it's also making prepping fun because I love running the saw. I get it. I don't do it professionally all the time, or it would probably be boring. And then splitting up firewood is good exercise for me and my 14-year-old boy. So get ready for winter. It's coming. And the odds are, I don't think the grid is going to be up this winter. So, yeah. And then we also have that tree right there, which isn't a tree anymore. That's what's left of this. This is the top of it because it was dead. So we got those. And then we also have some dead trees over here. You can see that one and the one next to it, that one. Those two that we can cut down. And then also we have a... see that horizontal cross that kind of makes the N? That is the madrone split, and so that's just hung up in that tree right there. So we got to cut that down. There's a bunch of madrone, and now that it's nice and dried, where it's going to be like hard as steel, that's going to be a lot of fun to process up. Not. Yeah, part of this getting ready for winter is going around and collecting all this stuff, like branches and stuff like that out of the woods. There's also right there, you can see another dead tree. So we're probably going to take that one down also and process it up for firewood. And then, like I showed on Patreon also, we've been coming back here into areas like this on our property and collecting up all this dead stuff around here. So this is one of those things you can do for winter preps if you live in a rural situation. There's also a dead tree laying here that fell. You can see right there. We can process that up. And yes, we also do use good quality firewood also, where we cut, my buddies have property, they cut down trees for construction and stuff, and then we put them up in rounds, split them, and then sit them out to dry. So yes, we have good quality, conventional, like regular firewood also, but we do a lot of this stuff also to supplement that and or to start our fires. There's some more dead trees. There's a dead tree right there. Try to keep the dead trees thinned out, for fire hazard, and then also for firewood. So get out, do this kind of stuff, and we'll talk more about winter preps. So here's another thing to think about and check on and or prepare for winter. Good quality tires. Check your tires. Do you need new tires? Do you need snow tires? Do you need new mud tires? Yeah, so these are, as you can see, in really good condition. So I don't need to do anything with the tires on this truck. This is ready for winter. Make sure your vehicle is in order. Of course, that's part of your winter preps. Also, as part of your winter preps, you may want to winterize these kind of things. That's important. Very important. Important part of preparedness. Here's the good exercise part of getting stuff ready for winter. Yeah, splitting it all. Right there, we got some split already. I know it's not that much. We got to go cut the rest of that tree up and then bring those rounds up and split it. But this is what we're doing right now. So we going on right now to go along with all the other firewood and stuff we're doing. We got all this stuff here also to cut up. These logs here. We got some, branches broken up, stuff like that. Every little bit matters. Every little bit counts. It's not just about good looking, firewood like that. You can burn anything. People in Europe are burning trash. So, and it's not even winter yet. So this is an important part of preparedness. You got to get ready. I have a feeling we're not going to have a grid this winter. And yeah, I want to be as ready as possible. I already have enough wood to get through the winter, but I want to make sure I'm 100% squared away no matter how cold it gets, because I don't want to have to be doing this kind of stuff when grid is down and SHTF is happening and I'm being pulled in a million other directions. So I'm getting it done now. I just noticed these sitting there and I figured, hey, I better mention these also. Good quality work gloves. Make sure you have them. You got to do all this stuff like splitting wood, doing all the stuff that you're going to have to do in an SHTF scenario, especially in a cold winter. When you're out and about doing all the things, you got to protect your hands. You got to protect yourself as much as possible, because the odds are you're not going to be able to just go to the hospital. So you got to be smart. When you're doing stuff like this, wear eye protection. If you're running a saw, wear earring protection and eye protection and gloves, etc. Make sure you protect yourselves, because like I said, you can't always count on just going to the hospital. All right, here I am next to our primary wood pile that we split. We chopped up, split. Forget if it was late last winter or early spring. So this is good wood for this winter. It's been curing all summer long, so it's going to be good to go. So I hope you guys liked the video, but I want to talk about a couple other things first before I wrap it up. It's very important to get this stuff done now. Get it squared away now. You don't want to have, you want to do as much as possible now, because when the grid is down and it's in the dead of winter, you're going to have a lot of other things you're going to have to do to keep alive, to stay alive, protect your family, etc. One of the things is very important, like I just said, protect your family. That's using tools like this. With that said, when it comes to winter time, what kind of lubricants are you using for your defensive tools? And are they going to gum up in the wintertime when it's really cold out? Pay attention to that. Learn about your lubricants. Also, when you're out working, you get stuff like this, battle scars. Yep, you got to be careful, like I just said. But yes, lubricants for your defensive tools is very important. You don't want to be using the improper lubricants. You need to change what you lube your rifle with. Oops, defensive tool with by the season, because you don't want to use a winter lubricant in summer and you don't want to use a summer lubricant in winter. You got to make sure these things are working properly. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, showed some stuff. There's a lot of other stuff we're doing to get ready for winter also. Putting the garden to bed and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of our garden, we're still growing our fall crops. So we're not really there yet. But we'll have a lot of projects to show in the coming months about putting it to bed, getting all that stuff done, getting it ready for next growing season, which is going to be vitally important. But anyway, I hope you guys love the video. I hope that you are prepping as much as you possibly can. I hope you're making it a priority. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and blessings to you and yours.